look after their own lambs.
Probably the lamb is my least favorite thing about sheep farming.
She looks like a stuffed animal a kid would have for Christmas or something. Are something special. I can see that already. So I will write a little star on them that I really like these lambs at birth. I don't know if it's true or if it's an old farmer's tale. You just gotta feel sorry for them. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. And before we head out to the barn, there's always tons of housework to do. And at lambing time, it's laundry. Towels and towels and towels and towels and dirty barn clothes because of all the birthing fluids and stuff. So just did another load. I gotta thank people for donating towels to us because we use them all the time. And that's all done. So that's why Arnie gets there ahead of me, because I'm running around the house trying to get all the normal living stuff done. And now I'm heading out to the barn. So let's go see what's happening in there today. So as I make my way across the yard, I realize that I forgot my laundry basket. So we gotta hope I don't wipe it and drop everything. And I just finished watching the video that uploaded today and saw that I duplicated a video. So I don't know if I'm starting to get Alzheimer's, which I hope not, or I'm just tired and have so much on the go. So I apologize for that video having a few duplicated clips. I don't know how I missed that. Anyway, we're at the barn. Let's get started. Oh, it's quiet in here. That means Arnie's fed everyone. Look at how full it is in here right now. Let's have a look at the rowdy crew. Oh, and usually it's the black crew that have the box back there. But from here it looks like there's a whole bunch of white ones in there. The lamb's favorite time is when the ewes are eating, because they can go wild. So Arnie's just pulling all he's going to empty out the dirty water, and then I'm going to come along and refill everything with the hose. Still getting used to the hose because it's kind of awkward and makes a lot of noise and scares the sheep, but I figure they'll get used to it too. You gotta take a break and look at the lamb races. Oh no, that poor little one. She's the youngest one. We just let her out yesterday. Oh dear, honey. There she goes. That's a nice spot, isn't it? Okay, while I feed Elsie's lambs, who are bottle babies. Come on, there you go. There you go. We'll talk about what's been happening during chores this morning. So I go around jug to jug, examining each of the lambs and the moms, and I'm looking to see that nobody's crying, nobody's shivering, nobody's hunched up. Anything that looks suspicious we check out. And this morning we did see one lamb that we didn't like the look of. Yesterday I told you about a mom who had tons of milk and big teats. Well, her teats were too big for her lamb to nurse on. So her lamb was hungry. So in a case of a mother who has lots of milk and a lamb that's hungry, we of course strip the milk from her. We stripped her right out and fed the bottle to her own lamb. So her lamb is now full and satisfied. So everyone assumes that when you check a ewe for milk, the ones to watch are the ones with hardly any milk flowing, and they are ones to watch. But also those ones with the big nipples that are swollen up right after birth and have lots of milk. The nipples for a little tiny mouth like that can be sometimes too large for them to latch on. So those ones you want to milk out several times a day. When you milk them out, the nipples actually start to shrink and get smaller as the pressure is relieved. Then the lamb can get up on it and nurse. If you just leave the lamb and think that she's going to get it, then the lamb's going to get weaker. When you get weaker, your desire to do things is less. Not only that, if you're weaker, you don't have the pressure to suck that out. So for that, that's why we have jugs. We can monitor everybody really closely, and if anyone's suspect, they can stay in longer. And that ewe with the udder like that, we're gonna keep an eye on her and videotape her and show you what happens. But within a few days, the pressure will be relieved off her udder. The lamb will be nursing and she'll be fine. These udders it only takes usually a couple of days till they're back to normal, because her body will adjust the amount of milk she produces according to how much is being milked out. So she has one lamb and her milk production will decrease. But in the meantime, we need to make sure that she still keeps nursing. Still keeps milking, because if we don't milk it out of her, she'll actually stop producing milk altogether, and we don't want that. We just want her to decrease the amount and to get that lamb on. Hi, do you want some more? There we go. Hi. Oh my goodness, you are a funny girl. Yeah. This is a funny lamb. She puts her head right in the air when she wants a bottle. You are the cutest little thing, though. The reason we kept Elsie did this last year too. Always has twins, but she has phenomenal lambs. And she's really friendly and just a beautiful Dorset type. But she's not a milk producer. Like, she should have singles. She has milk. It's just not enough. And so we always top them up. And I'm guessing this is going to be her last year. Because when you have bottle babies, it just adds so much time and stress to your days. So she is an old ewe now. We've been very tolerant with her just because she's fabulous in every other way. But, yeah. Moms have to look after their own lambs. And this morning, this ewe had a lamb, single lamb. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. Still have to go in and read this one. But this will be another gladiator. Do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
No.
So we'll check that out in a minute. But they seem to be doing okay. Okay, here's the ewe that wanders the barn freely. Arnie came in here this morning. And you can tell the story.
Well, you remember a few videos ago she was laying right here?
Yeah.
And I went right off?
Yeah.
At that point, the lamb was passed on. So the lamb's been dead 2-3 days ago. when she laid here.
That's what we're figuring, because
Yeah,
she
she
was
was acting really
acting odd.
So she gave this morning a dead lamb. She had a dead lamb on her own. The lamb has passed on a couple days ago. Don't know what went wrong, but this sheep had a lung problem, and she was under drugs for 5 days. And I'm kind of wondering.
Do the drugs?
Now the shots were 2 weeks ago, but does that actually play a role in it? I don't know.
It could, and just the stress of it. Yeah. I mean,
too bad.
She's acting normal now, so she's gonna be fine. But we had put a stripe on her a long time ago because she was having issues. Actually, we thought she was lambing. It wouldn't have died that long ago, would it?
I don't know. Just
well, but that's why we had a stripe on that ewe. She did have a lamb, and I'm not going to show it to you because, I mean, why do people want to see nasty stuff? But you can tell that it had died quite a while ago, and she only had one, believe it or not. Her belly's gone right down to normal size now. Immediately, so maybe there was infection and stuff in there. Who knows? You just can't know everything. You can only do your best. So that's why we say lambing is really nice, but it's also the most stressful time of the year because, of course, we don't want anybody dying. But this is when we have our most mortalities, and any sheep farmer or livestock farmer has their most losses when they're having babies.
People, let's say something. People say they love the lambing. I'm actually excited about the lambing to see what it produces, but probably the lambing is my least favorite thing about sheep farming because you have to stomach up all the problems, and when you're giving birth to animals, there's going to be I mean, my neighbor has a baby. And he was a nervous wreck, okay? And I said, well, what's the problem? And he said, I was so worried. I just wanted to have 10 fingers and 10 toes. But you see, it's not, you don't know what's happening. I'll just tell you a short story real quick. Used to be in a dairy cows, and we were doing all the pregnancy testing and everything like that. And on 7 months, the cow threw the calf out. And I was all upset about it, didn't know what I did wrong, everything was fine. We actually tested the whole calf, and the cow, she had nothing. And do you know what the vet told me? He said, it's just nature, Arnie. Something's not right, and nature let it go. So, is that true or not true? The cow stayed in the barn, it got rebred, it stayed in the barn for years. Something just went wrong with the pregnancy, I think. I'm not a doctor, but I can just imagine it happens.
It happens, even with people. You don't want anything to go wrong, but nature's going to take care of things. Some things are people's fault, but we do our best here, and you have to move on when this happens. At least the mom is doing well, and she's going to go back out into the barn. Come from? Where was it? Wasn't it?
Right out here.
Were you in the feeder? Were you in the feeder?
That's kind of goofy looking.
Is this number 15?
Yeah.
This is one of the ones we just let out, but this one is probably the stockiest little Dorset lamb, isn't she? Oh, she's thick.
I think if they're born in the snowbank, you can't find them. Unless they open their eyes.
Ain't she pretty? She looks like a teddy. She looks like a stuffed animal a kid would have for Christmas or something. Hi.
He was, was this one a female?
Girl, yeah.
So she was born okay. Everything went through pretty good.
Oh, we've had extremely good luck this year.
Now we just have to
knock on wood.
Keep the parasites away from her in the field. So
That's
that'll be the next problem in life.
That's right. But there she is. You see, she's walking around. So we did put her on. You put her on drugs, right?
Drugs
again. Poor girl. But we don't want any infections setting in.
She's acting normal.
She's acting totally normal now.
We'll see how she does.
Too bad. Okay. So everybody's fed and stuff. Everyone's excited now because Arnie's been pouring grain for the sheep in the coveralls. But I have to stay in here because I still have a lot of recording and sorting of ewes and lambs right now, so we'll get that done. So this is the ewe with the glad daughters. We put her in this watch pen last night. Hi girls, how you doing? Do you want to join the rowdy crew? Just woke them up, and these guys are gonna get to go out with the rowdy crew. Stay there. Okay. There you go, Mom. You can take your lambs out. There we go. Into the rowdy crew. So in a big bunch of lambs, she's got 2 to look after. But she's an experienced mom, so they should be fine. But that's why we have this smaller group pen, so that they can get used to living in with others. And that we watch the lambs can still find their moms in here. And the moms don't walk away and actually reject the lambs. Can happen. Doesn't happen too often, but it can. Especially in a really big group. This ewe also had a lamb last night. Is it 1 lamb or 2? I think it's 1. Haven't recorded her or anything yet. All I know is that this lamb came from Hamish last night. Put the next ewe in the good to go pen. And once she's out of here, that way we can get this pen cleaned out, so that another ewe and lamb can come in. Get up, my sweetheart, get up. Come on. Here they have to learn to follow Mom. Come on, she's calling you. There you go. So this pen, the waiting pen, is a little bit larger, so they can have more space and run around. And it also allows them to look at the rowdy pen and get used to it, see where they're going. Oh, I've got my handy lamb supply box with me, and I'm gonna head down the row now. I got the 2 to record from last night, and she's first in the row. So we're gonna just write the numbers on her back and get her recorded in the book. That way I don't forget who she came from, when she was born, or anything like that. And next we'll be heading over to the gladiator pen, and then I've got 2 more lamb groups that I need to tag as well. So her lamb, he just walked right out from under the pen like he wanted a pet. You're very friendly already. Because you know why? Because you're a boy. It's the way of things. You have a beautiful baby boy. So this ewe is out of our ram Earl, who is Gimli's dad. And she's an older ewe. She's a G year. And this little boy is, his daddy is Hamish. And he's looking pretty sharp. Oh, that's a yawn. Good fellow. You are something special. I can see that already. Yes, you are special. My goodness. So, she's recorded here and ready to go. I just got to put 27 on her back in green because she's a boy. Had a boy. Hi, Mommy. Don't be scared. She had a green stripe on her too, so I don't know what ever went wrong with her. Can't remember, but she's fine. And there she goes. We'll tag you in a couple of days. Now we're in with the one from Gladiator's pen. You are beautiful. You are. I can see by your tag that you're an old girl. Orange tags are older girls. But that is a humdinger ewe lamb. She is. So she's going to get a 28 on her back, but in red. There we go. And she's another felon ewe, and she's a G, born the same year as Gladiator. And this lamb is out of Gladiator. And this would be the 8th lamb of her career. Now we're going to tag these guys. These are the humdinger lambs that were born the other day from Knockout. Extremely beautiful sheep. You are something. Really nice. Two gorgeous, gorgeous lambs. My goodness, you are nice. So when I record these lambs, I will write a little star on them that I really like these lambs at birth, and we'll see how they pan out when it comes time to pick keepers and stuff, because it can change. But it's hard to believe these two would change. They're way above average. So these two are done, but I just wanted to say something about these two lambs and her being a Suffolk. She's got about 40 pounds of live lambs right here, right now, and they're like 3 days old. So you can imagine how much milk a mother like this has to produce to maintain such really, really nice lambs. And they're in great condition. She's a great mom, and she's a producer. So I think she's only ever had multiples this ewe. So she's definitely a star ewe in our flock, for sure. These lambs are two that we'll be watching carefully, so here's hoping nothing happens to them. And another thing was, Arnie always told me, he's a cow person, that they used to judge dairy cows by their skin, how fine it was. So if they had fine skin, they said that they were good milkers. And it's funny because when I inject the selenium into these lambs, on some lambs it's really hard to get the needle in because they have a tough skin. They tend to be from the more beefy type of sheep, like the more British end of things. And I think beef cattle are the same thing. They have tougher skin than the dairy cows. And these two had very fine skin. So although this is a heavy meat sheep, I'm guessing from what Arnie's told me is that she's a good milker, her skin is fine, and the lambs are carrying that same trait. I don't know if it's true or if it's an old farmer's tale, but I thought I'd pass that on to you because I find that kind of interesting. Just beautiful lambs. The next girl here, she's the next one getting tagged, also has a boy and girl, also has a pair of beautiful lambs. I mean, I guess everybody says that about their lambs, but we're really happy, knock on wood, so far this year. Nice lambs. All tagged, all recorded. I'm going to run over to the coveralls, see if there's anything left for me to help Arnie with. So we'll see over there. My goodness, and here we are with the character of characters. Hi, Alexander. You are a sweet little pussycat again. Hi. It's a lot colder today, isn't it? Beginning to feel like winter. Oh, Buddy's coming. Has Buddy seen the kittens?
One up on the wall there, see that?
Yeah, I see that. Buddy, there's kittens in here and I want you to behave. Oh, don't fall in there, don't fall in there. There we go. Yeah, there's kittens in here. You shouldn't be in here. So the boys are here eating, enjoying their bachelorhood in here. And as you can see, Arnie's been doing the manure in this barn. Why are you doing that?
Bring lambs over tomorrow.
Buddy's actually behaving.
He's
He's watching them, but Buddy's a lover. But still, you get a little nervous when a male cat comes in with kittens. And our Canada geese are still confused. They don't know if it's spring, winter, summer. The temperatures are just totally all over the board. Buddy's finding it a little cold today. Did you want to go inside and warm up a bit? It's hard to believe we had him in the barn for so long, because he definitely loves the house cat thing. And he's never been the slightest problem in here. Hey? Time for afternoon chores, which for me means filling up the waters again if anyone needs filling up, which usually they do. Bottle feeding Elsie's lambs, checking that all the lambs are acting normal, and that's about it. Then I run in and make dinner. So it's just like the morning. You see if anybody's acting funny. At this time of day, most of them are just chilling. Sometimes you have to look twice to make sure the lamb's not being sat on or anything like that. Hi! You a little bit hungry? Yeah? You're a little hungry. You're getting to recognize it when I come. Hi! The babies are fed, so it's probably time to let these girls out. Come on, wakey wakey. Because you know what? You guys get to go out into the group pen too. These were the ones that I put in here this morning. The door's open. Careful of your lammies. And off go another two into the group pen. Now we're going to get this single mom. She's ready to go out as well. Get up. There we go. Oh, her lamb's as bright as she is. The kids take after their parents. There, join your mom. You're going into the big pen now. Come on. It's a bit scary, isn't it? There. So now they're in a bigger pen. Like I say, they can look at the group pen, see what's going on. See how the reason we put them in a bigger pen like this is to see if the mom's going to stay close with the lamb. Because in a jug, they don't have much option but to stay with their lambs. The bigger and bigger the pen gets, if she's going to leave the lamb, the more likely she is to do it in a big pen. It's a very rare thing. But it happens enough that you don't want it to happen, and you got to watch for that. When they go into the group pen, you want to make sure that they're ready to deal with the group. This is the lamb with the umbilical cord that we talked about yesterday. I'm actually not sure which one of them it was, but both of them are doing great. So tying off the umbilical cord solved the problem, and it's doing fine. He's been cleaning the coverall out all day. And these are the ones I tagged this morning. Looking good and happy. They're gonna get released tomorrow. Here's the girl who lost her lamb after all the special care we did for her, but she's looking fine. We'll just do a quick check to make sure nobody's having lambs before I head in for dinner. Hi everybody. Looks quiet in this pen. Are you tired, honey? You just gotta feel sorry for them. No one's lambing in there either by the look of it. And I think Arnie's mentioned this before, and probably I have too. You're listening for that sound, but also at first glance you can usually tell if someone's having a lamb. If you see them all spread out like this all over the pen, chances are that nobody's having a lamb. Because in general, if someone's lambing, she will go find a private spot, and all the other sheep in the pen will oblige by going to the other end of the pen and giving her her privacy. And everyone is spread out here. Oh, and look, we've got a rebel already. Honey, how did you get in there? What they do is they jump on mom and get into the feeder. Nope. Looks pretty quiet. Look, we got a rebel. Arnie's on a mission to get the coveralls all finished today. And I guess on that note, we're gonna call it a day. Everyone's looking good. And it's time for dinner. Please join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.